Hi Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to your October reading. Let's see how this month looks like for you. Make sure to check your Sun, Moon and Rising sign so you get the complete overview of what's going on in the month. And also check the astrology of the month ahead so you know what's happening in the skies and how you can flow with it better. Okay, so let's see. We have the Five of Wands. Then we have the Fool. Then we have the Magician. Okay, it's quite powerful. Okay, let me put this a bit here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, gorgeous, and we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, I would like to get a clarifier for the Five of Wands, because I want some more specific information. Can I have a clarifier for the Five of Wands? There could be some type of conflict with authority figures or something with tradition and culture. The Hierophant is kind of, it can also be in like higher education. Let's say you are wanting to go for a promotion or something, then there would be more people who are applying for the same position and there is like a competition for that. In another way, there could be conflicts between what the traditional values have taught you or what you're more accustomed to versus the new reality that is wanting to come into your life here. The Hierophant is an awareness that comes through, and it is a teacher figure, so it can be an internal teacher, but it can also refer to external people in your life who represent authority figures. There is some conflict in that regard, but beyond that point, you are stepping into a new beginning of stability. So you might be questioning, how do I go about doing that? What tools do I have at my disposal? What exactly do I want to be doing from this point on? Let me get some more for the Seven of Cups. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups for Libras, please? Because the Seven of Cups can also represent some type of confusion because there are so many choices. You might be looking at moving to a new place or establishing yourself in a new path. And there are many ways that you can reach that position. The Fool here is kind of jumping into the unknown and is just keeping faith that things will work out in its favor. But there are, once again, like it doesn't know how many options are there, what would be viable, because it does not have that much experience in this new field. Also, the Magician here is very skilled and highly talented, communicates with tact and makes their intentions very clear, but at the same time they're still learning more about the consequences of the creation of things, and also there are more skills that come along the path. So having a guide or a mentor can help you move along in a more fruitful manner. Queen of Pentacles can represent a mother figure. Yeah, we have the Nine of Cups clarifying the Seven. So yeah, you're wanting to move in a direction that would be very fulfilling for you, and there are multiple ways that you can approach this. There can be more space for creativity as well, or you're kind of taking matters into your own hands. Like if you've been applying for different things, like different companies and different positions, and it's always very competitive, at this point you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it by myself, and you're feeling very comfortable in that space. It's just a question of like, what website do I choose, where do I put my talent out there, where should I put my portfolio, for example, right? There are many different than the nitpicking, the logistics of it that needs to be figured out, but you definitely have the skills, and now you also have the faith in the coming month to establish yourself in a new space. With the Five of Wands and Hierophant, also it can be that there is a competitive position, but you are reaching a place where you're more aware, one way or the other. You're gathering a lot of awareness of yourself. With the key over here, it's discovering the keys to your success, not repeating the same things that everybody does. It's sort of like with the Five of Wands, everyone's in the rush to reach the top of the ladder, that they miss the key details as well. And it looks chaotic in terms of the energy everyone's putting out, like everyone's just in that one rat race and nobody is thinking for themselves. The Hierophant here can talk about, hey, I'm the institution, I'm the best here, so you must do as I say, as I speak, and everyone's like sheep and kind of just goes, yeah, sure, we will do that. So it can be like that the competition you have, let's say for a position you are wanting to apply for, has people who are doing it just because that's the right thing to do, and that's what they have been told, but have no originality to them. You, on the other hand, with the Fool here, you're discovering new beginnings, new life stories, and new paths for yourself, which is highly original to who you are. The Fool here steps into its unique essence. It is not trying to be someone that it is not. It is wanting to discover more and more of its undiscovered potential. And the Magician, from going from 0 to 1, is taking the first steps to make that happen. The Queen of Pentacles is having security, feeling balanced and grounded, and taking care of your health, mental and physical, because both of that is coming through. You're wanting to stay in a healthy mindset. You're taking care of your physical body so that you're capable of discovering more, and you're not pulling yourself down in any way. It looks like you are boosting yourself and you're taking matters into your own hands, like I said in the beginning, and after the elaboration as well, I'm going to stick with that. Okay, we have imbalance, which is the Temperance energy. This is, well, literally, as it says, imbalance. Very Libra here, representing the two scales, and it is about observing the two sides of an equation before taking any forward movement or making a final decision. And you, of course, are very talented at doing that. That's what your zodiac represents, looking at two sides of the story, looking at two different perspectives, asking for other people's opinion, and seeing, and having those different perspectives help your own personal growth as well. So you might be consulting some people who are already skilled in their talents, and you're asking them questions of how you can establish yourself in a new area. You could also be connecting with your mother figure in that regard, or you're contacting authority figures, and they might be hard to reach. That's what this could represent as well. They're a little bit hard to contact, or you're not sure if they would reply or not. But you give it a shot anyway. But all in all, in this month, you are finding balance within yourself. You're not overextending for something that you don't believe in, and you're not overextending yourself to the point where you are a detriment to you, right? So your emotions are in balance as well. Okay, let's see. We have befriend, the word polarize. Yeah, this is an interesting one. The opposition is important because it shows you a different side once again, right? It shows you a perspective that you yourself cannot see because you have had a different life, a different sense of reality, and hence have your own perceptions. But other people have had different realities and a life story too, and our personal truths does not have to be the ultimate truth. Same goes for other people, but when we talk to one another, we can find a common ground or a balancing perspective, right? So talking to people with different perspectives is going to help you find a greater sense of peace and balance within yourself, and also heighten your skill sets. We have fill your cup with sacred giggles with the infinity symbol here. This looks like the Magician to me, and also describes the Three of Cups. So you might be contacting your friends and surrounding yourself with not the same minded people. Like-minded, sure, but also ones who are coming from a very different background is going to give you an idea of how different upbringings can make different characteristics, and how different upbringings bring in different skill sets, for example, and also how you have gotten your skill sets and how much should you respect this as well. So you're feeling more emotionally fulfilled because you're understanding what you are capable of, and you're really absorbing that. You're like, there is a renewed sense of trust and love for your skills and who you are, how you think, how you perceive the world. There's more acceptance within yourself, even the parts which have been unacknowledged, and that's what brings you more in balance. Your friends can be a stabilizing aspect this month as well. Okay, and this also talks about doing what makes you feel happy and kind of taking initiative in that regard. And once you start using your skills, you're not going to run out of them. Instead, you're going to infinitely keep expanding and gathering more and more resources. The Magician and the Fool, both of them are very open-minded, and I feel that is very key to this month. The more open-minded you are, the more you are going to gain in the month ahead. Okay, then we have collaboration of souls. This is the Lovers and the Two of Cups energy. So love and relationships are a factor here. Relationships with friends and also in a romantic context can come up here. You might be evaluating certain patterns that have been going on for a while, that you have been experiencing, and you're evaluating them, like what stops me, what hinders me, what burns me, because Five of Wands being the fire sign, it can be you kind of burning yourself in the pursuit of something that you think is a prize, right? So not feeling like you're striving for something, but instead having faith that it is yours or you deserve it. So just rest in that peace, right? That is going to enable a completely new chapter. This could be a new relationship, or you could be meeting someone at this time and you're kind of chatting and you're having faith in the process. Stay chill, kind of see how it goes, and be open-minded, because this person might have a different perspective on things compared to you, but somehow, opposites attract. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling, because opposition puts you in balance as well. And this different perspective is going to help you develop yourself, and you feel really fulfilled and happy with the growth and the new developments that are taking place. We have light in the unexpected. This is my Tower card. So meeting someone can be, also we have the lightning here and the lightning here. So the Hierophant kind of has the Tower energy of epiphanies, okay? Light in the unexpected is like a sudden realization that comes to you, and you're like, I never thought of seeing it this way. And yes, that is motivational, and now things are changing because my mindset has changed. The Magician here is a master manifester because the mindset is appropriate. It is matching the vibe that it is trying to create in its life, okay? And it does not hinder himself here. Light in the unexpected can also be that you are surprised at how much you are fond of a certain person, or how much you relate to someone who's completely different from you, or has a completely different outlook than you do, right? But while it is surprising, it is equally realistic. So it might kind of catch you off guard, and you're not accustomed to this. So this Fool would be like taking a leap of faith in this new partnership, or in this new skill set. Light in the unexpected can also mean that you decide suddenly that you don't want to be part of the same race as everyone else. You don't want to be competing for something that you truly want. So you're going off in your own direction, and hence breaking a pattern that has existed. Okay, then we have Parsec. Okay, and let's see, we have density. Okay, and we have retrograde, and that's interesting because we have Mars going retrograde on the 30th of October. So Mars in Gemini is just going to be highlighted in there, and it's a fellow air sign, so you're more comfortable with that energy compared to like other elements, but it is still going to kind of impact that mindset, because Gemini is the mindset. It's the thought patterns, the way you speak, and what you learn as well. Gemini is about studying, reading, learning, communicating, all of those things where there is discussion and debating, and there is a sharing of ideas and words as well. So in this time, you might find yourself very driven to discover more, to learn more things, to talk about those things that you learn. So you're looking for like-minded people or differently minded people who are going to help you develop your own mindset as well. Okay, so someone who has already gone through the challenges that you are going through can be able to help you have a fresh start, and that's something that the Hierophant and the Five of Wands can also express. And while the help that you get is not exactly nail heads, I don't know what the quote is, but even though it is not the exact solution to what you need, you have enough information to make the choice for yourself. Okay, so there is that freedom and the openness in your connections and in your vibe in general, but it is very constructive and there's a lot of meaningful conversations you're going to have. Density here is talking about kind of grounding yourself as well. It is coming to a place of peace, not wanting to just, it's not, you are still going forward, but it is coming from a place of stability, and that stability is very, very important here. You might be looking into your material comforts and resources. If you want to go off on your own path, then you might have to ensure that your finances are stable and that you can support yourself in this new direction. So you're looking at that. On the other hand, you're also looking at just a physical sense of stability and peace, feeling healthy and balanced and so on. So you're making efforts in that direction. You're paying more attention to your mental health and how that impacts your relationships becomes apparent. So you're working on that. And parsec is something that seems very close, is actually far away, that type of energy, because there is some work that needs to be done. This does not mean that it's not possible. It's just the change in trajectory or a new information that comes through that is going to play out for a while. Like I said, it is a time of 7 months. So for example, if you take a course, it's going to take you some time to complete. Even if you do an online course, you might choose to do different modules, and that might take you 6 to 7 months for you to really be able to, establish yourself in a new arena. Another thing is, if you are entering a new relationship, then you might spend time talking and just dating and meeting one another for about 7 months before you take steps to the next level. Things like that. Okay, give it time, let it develop in its own natural rhythm, because forcing it is simply not going to work, especially when we have eclipse season as well. We have eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th, and that is going to be a very pivotal time for each and every person. For you, it is in the second house, so your finances are coming to the forefront, and also your self-esteem. Okay, we have new moon with beginning. I just talked about the eclipse here, so the solar eclipse is a time of the new moon. Sun and moon are together at this point, and it just symbolizes a completely new beginning, like with the Fool here. You know what? Let me clarify the Fool for you. What is this Fool talking about for Libras, please? Yeah, okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, see, like you're saving up and you're wanting to, let's say, do your own startup business, or you're wanting to work in a whole new team, and that might be in a different project than you're used to, or a different team, or different surrounding than you're used to. It might also mean that you're going off on a new journey, and that's why you're saving up or you're investing, and this might be a new start that you're making for yourself. But Pentacles energy being highlighted, yeah, the material side of things is just coming out to the forefront at this time for you. Not surprising, because we did see the second house influence coming up for you if we go by the rising sign, but it still applies for the sun and the moon, because, yeah, I mean, the influence of it is still going to remain, right? Okay, we have firecracker with excitement. Yeah, that is kind of symbolizing, equating to the lightning energy here. So there is definite excitement. Even though we talk about Tower, it's not always like destruction and death and chaos and just, horrible all the time. Of course not. It is just surprising. Expect the unexpected. That's what this is. And because we see light here, there is more awareness. There is a heightened intuition. There is new knowledge that comes through, and that frees you up. The thunder is about liberation. It usually is like, it's first the sky becomes all doom and gloom, and it just looks kind of boring, right? And then with the thunder and the lightning and the downpour of the rain, everything just becomes clear. Right after it, the clouds separate, the ground is renewed, you feel fresh, the air feels different, so on, right? So it's sort of like that. During eclipses, it's not recommended to start something new or establish something new, okay? It's more of a time to observe, contemplate, and understand what the energies are doing, because it is a chaotic energy and it brings about fateful changes. So there are some things already in motion in the backdrop, with or without your conscious effort, that play out in the coming 6 months. So by May, you should be able to see the full physical or the tangible effects of it, be it in a mindset change or in the relationship sector or in the financial sense. Okay, there is a noteworthy change that happens corresponding to the financial and the self-esteem region for you. So the excitement over here is you're happy about this new change here, okay? You're excited about this new journey. Even the Fool here is looking forward to the new journey. It does not know what exactly might happen, but it has enough resources to move forward in a new direction. That's why it is having fun throughout the journey. We have Bow. You are highly thought of, by your friends, by your people you're connected with very strongly, like your friends. We have getting together with friends. There you go, with the dogs. Nice. So you're socializing quite a bit. Not surprising, you're meeting different people, you're getting different perspectives. So of course, there is a lot more communication that is going on in this month, getting a lot of ideas and thinking about a lot of different things as well. We have Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Yeah, definitely. Like, let's say you don't normally exercise and now you have set a resolution for yourself that you want to. So making a new habit as well takes time. You have to identify the correct motivation for you. The same type of motivation is not going to work for everyone. For example, making lists works for some people. Meanwhile, for others, making lists absolutely does not work. Forcing yourself, setting a timer, so and so, works for certain people. Meanwhile, for others, they're absolutely turned off by that idea. So identifying what works for you is a method of trial and error, which, by the way, also represented in the Magician. But at the end, you discover so many different ways of doing something that you have more than one option by the end of 7 months. So you're much wiser, you're much more aware and experienced in the area that you want to venture in. Then we have Majesty and Virtue. And we have Elegance and Patience. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Definitely, like I said, like pushing it and forcing something to happen is just going to make it unnatural, and it won't feel pleasant to you or any other people that are involved in any of these topics that I'm talking about. So it's best to observe it and watch it play out, and really observe your own thoughts as well. So it's not just observing the external circumstances and what other people are doing, but also understanding how that is a reflection of you or what your priorities are, sifting through what is necessary and unnecessary, because 5 of Wands sometimes is competition for the heck of it. Okay, just to prove something. It talks about ego battles and conflicts and struggles. So that can be within yourself, but it can also be with other people or other authority figures more specifically. So it's kind of like bide your time. Don't rush to things, but plan ahead. Okay, plan for things, lay down the foundation, save up so you can take another step. So you have the freedom at least to move in a direction that you are more desiring of. And flow with the energy, okay? Flow with it, because there's a lot that's already happening and there is not much force that is needed from people. With Majesty and Virtue here is about getting to the true intentions here of taking the high ground in case of disagreements, picking the high ground, and you're learning more from that space as well, actually. And you're more respected because of that. You're developing more respect for yourself too. Yeah. Elephant here also symbolizes awareness. So getting a lot of wisdom, knowledge, learning. You might be going for a higher education, and again there is competition for getting into that higher education, but now you have to take like a new beginning perhaps to get in, and then you have to save up and arrange the finances in order to move in that direction. Yeah, that could be applicable for some of you if you're applying for colleges. Or there might be like limited seating in some course you want to take. But either way, you're kind of arranging what needs to be arranged to move in the direction that you really, really want. Okay, let's see. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. How is October? Okay. It is your season, so. Okay, we have Sagittarius, 11th house, and the Sun. Sun is really good in Sagittarius because it's a fire that gels very well. So there is that excitement again. There, Sagittarius also rules higher education and dogmatic principles, even religion, spirituality, overseas travel, visas, and other legal topics that come up that enable a higher traditional value to come through. It is also bringing into focus your belief systems and the philosophies by which you live life. 11th house talks about friend groups and the network that you build. So this communication can be, like I said in the very beginning, connecting with someone who's already an expert in their field. You might be reaching out to them, but you're not really sure if you're going to hear back. But either way, you're giving it a shot. And it's not just trying for one person, you're also looking out to your friends and your partners as well for more information and more insights. 11th house is also about hopes, dreams, and aspirations, so aiming high, like that's the goal, that's where I want to go. This is what I want to aim towards. That's what's popping up here. So if you're not sure what that is for you, you have a very good chance of discovering it beyond October, okay? If you already know, then you're locking your eyes on it. With the Sun, you're focusing in, and Sagittarius kind of aims its bow and it shoots into the aim towards the focus, and it will land where it wants because it is so clear in what it is trying to do. But until it is clear, it tends to kind of misfire, okay? So this is a time to discover and to really make sure of what you are aiming for, what you're really, really wanting, instead of rushing in many different directions and seeing that does not work out as well as you were intending, especially with Parsec being here as well. It talks about don't rush it, give it time and some patience. Then it will turn out very wonderfully. In the process, just enjoy the feelings that you're getting right now. Don't try to rush too fast. Enjoy it as it is. And just socialize and gather your skills, learn, discuss, and all of that, okay? Libra. Yeah, we have a butter knife, we have a flower, and this kind of is reminding me of some flower. Okay, I don't remember, but there are 2 tennis rackets as well. This can indicate competition, but it can be like a friendly one as well, right? Your 2 mates are playing with you, and you just have the let's see who wins, and then that person gets the reward or something. So that's a nice time to evaluate your competition style or what drives you, understanding your own motivations, and then somehow there is like a piecing together of different information and you have that new clarity, okay? So this is not just something random and a whole new thing. It makes very much sense to the life you have led and the experiences that you're having so far. You're just becoming more aware of what your actual dreams are. With the butter knife here, that is kind of severing of ties from things that are thoughts. Yeah, really feeling thoughts that are not benefiting you. It's not really very harsh because it's not like a meat cleaver or something, right? It's just kind of understanding what is your cup of tea and what's not, and not forcing something to fit. I don't know why I'm getting that message, but that's really coming through. You're not forcing anything to fit. With the flower here, you're definitely blossoming. With the bow, you're highly thought of. That's popping up again for me with the flower charm there. The yellow is standing out because the other 2 are silver. The yellow is symbolizing that you have a heightened sense of confidence, but it's kind of quiet as well. You're not how do I say, you're not claiming that you're the very best at anything. Instead, you're acknowledging that you're good at some things, and you also acknowledge that you want to learn more of those things, or you want to gather more expertise in your area, right? And that's where you want to go through some sparring, some healthy competition and battle to kind of up level your skills, okay? That could be applicable here. Yes, okay. You have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, again that Pentacles energy. So you might be saving up to travel someplace or to explore a new option. You might need some already money in the bank for that, going to a new destination perhaps. So we also have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, that's again like being very objective and truthful. That's another air sign. Like yours, so is very discerning in what stays and what goes, is mentally very objective, emotionally objective as well. Yeah, we have the Four of Wands, so we have 11, 11, 11, 11. That's insane. That totally indicates new beginning. The Four of Wands can indicate 11, 11. The Two of Wands is 11. We have an 11 over here, and we have one more 1 over here. So this month is full of new beginnings for you. You're taking initiative. You're more proactive in this month. You're the one who's seeking for truth, realization. You are the one asking questions, and you're discovering what would be the right questions. You're taking a logical and an analytical stance on your life and the future that you want to experience. You're looking for truth and stability. Okay, so let's get you some guidance, and then we're through. Libra's guidance, please, for the month of October. Okay, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Again, it's not asking you to do anything. You are doing what you want with your own volition, but like I said before, things are already in motion. It happens in the backdrop, especially with eclipse time. So this is just saying that there are a lot of wonderful things that are coming towards you, so keep faith in that, basically. And yeah, just go with it. Flow with the energy. Don't resist, don't force, none of that. Just go with it. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Libras. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I hope to see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.